afternoon and welcome to today's Mid-America Christian University Volleyball Preseason Press Conference. Today we are joined by the head coach of the Evangels, Holly McCamey, along with senior outside hitter Hannah Fokker and senior libero Megan Plunk. Thank you very much for being with us here today.
Coach McCamey, my question is for you. You're in your first season here as the head coach, but you have a lot of experience coaching at the championship level, at high school level, on top of being a longtime collegiate official. Can you tell me what it's been like moving up to the collegiate level and what your expectations are here in your first season at MACU?
There's a lot of differences between high school and college. I would say the biggest difference is the recruiting aspect. I have to take care of recruiting at the same time as also getting these girls ready to play each year or each game, I should say. And so I'm kind of learning on the job, but I've got a lot of girls around here to help me and a lot of support here at MACU. My expectations last year, these girls went to the national tournament, and I expect to get there again this year. I inherited an incredible group of young ladies this year with a lot of talent and several new girls coming in that are also going to help us get to that point again. So I expect to surprise a lot of people this year and win a lot of games.
I have a question for Hannah. Last year, you came in here, really surprised everybody by putting up record-breaking season on the attack and from the service line. You were the program's first All-American since Christine Smith, who was just named the program's Player of the Decade. May I ask what attributed to the high level of success, and what areas of your game will you be looking to improve upon going into your senior season?
Growing up in Germany, I always had great coaches that taught me all the fundamentals of volleyball. I always got to practice with better players and players that also played professionally for a while. That helped me a lot to get better and to get to the level where I'm at right now. When I came to the US, I got to experience the American way of volleyball, which helped me a lot. I had great coaches and teammates that always helped me to do better and become a better player in person. And from this season, I expect to do better in the back row, especially because that was kind of like where I struggled last year. So I also want to get to the most kills in a single season, which I got third last year. So that's my personal expectations. For my team, I would like us to go to nationals again, hopefully win nationals, become an amazing team, grow together, and play an amazing senior year.
My question is for Megan. As Coach McCamey said, this team reached the NCCAA National Championship for the first time since 2004, and by defeating Piedmont International, won the program's first match at the Division I level. The team also posted its first ever winning record in the Sooner Athletic Conference by going 12-8 and finishing 5th in the league standings. You've been the starting libero for the past 2 years, so can you tell me what it's been like being a part of the growth of this team and what sort of expectations do you have for the team this year?
Sure. So transferring in here my sophomore year, they were kind of coming off a rough patch of years, and so with a new coach at that point, we were really looking forward to just kind of starting over and growing. Obviously, we've had a lot of adversity these past couple of years, and I think that not only has shown a lot of character in our team, but has helped us grow. And I feel like seasons speak for itself, is that we've just continued to grow, and it's been an awesome experience being a part of that. As far as expectation goes, I do expect to go back to nationals this year, especially as a senior. And this time I feel like we have a very strong ground of where we're at, and we're only going to continue to grow. So I do expect for us to go out, kick butt, and win nationals this year.
Coach, I have a question for you. You've been around the collegiate and high school game for about 20 years, and obviously with the fall conference games and championships getting moved to the spring due to coronavirus, this season is pretty unorthodox. What can you tell me about the sort of adjustments and precautions your team has had to take in line of all this?
It has been a very unorthodox year, so getting named head coach in the middle of a pandemic is not something that I ever thought would ever happen, obviously. It seems like I spend a large amount of time working on the schedule. I get the schedule made, and then the next day a new rule is made, and so or someone drops out or whatever. So a large part of my time right now is just being patient and just waking up each day and what are we going to deal with today, and we just deal with it. We control what we can control, and we move on. And I forgot the other question. We can cut that part out. Sorry, Adam.
It was just what other precautions that you're going to take
Oh, yeah.
in line of all
And
this?
as far as precautions go, we are wearing masks when we practice. We're making sure we wash our hands and just do all the things that we are instructed to do from the CDC and things like that, because we're trying to keep everyone safe so we can have a season and not get canceled and play as many games as we can.
My question is for both Hannah and Megan. Since you're both seniors coming off one of the best seasons in program history, can each of you tell me what has been your favorite moment at MACU within the last few years? I'd also like to ask, since you are both seniors, what are each of you aspiring to do after graduating from MACU?
Go first.
Okay. As far as my favorite moment, I would have to say going to nationals. I feel like that's a basic answer, but it was actually a really cool experience. Just getting to go to Branson, that was the first time I'd ever been, and doing the Dolly Parton Stampede for our banquet, and just getting to play so many different schools was such an incredible moment, especially with my favorite group of girls. And I'm super excited to go back and do it again this year. As far as after I graduate, sad. I want to be a graduate assistant for a college somewhere, and after that I plan on coaching volleyball and maybe starting my own club or coaching college or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with Megan. Definitely nationals was one of my best moments here at MACU. We just had a really good time as a team on the court and off the court. We had a lot of fun. That was something I had never done because I never went to nationals before in the US. So that was definitely a great experience. I met amazing people here at MACU because last year was my first year at MACU, so I met great people, found amazing friends, had good coaches, so that was definitely one of the best years of my college career. After I graduate, I'm also trying to eventually do a graduate assistant position. I'm not quite sure yet. Maybe I'll do an OPT to stay one more year in the United States, and then I'll take it from there, I guess, because we'll see where I end up, here or Germany. It all depends what happens after this.
Coach McCamey, I'd like to ask about the success of this team academically. So the program was named both an NCCAA and an Senior Athletic Conference Scholar Team, had 8 players selected to the Academic All-Conference, and 3 earning Scholar Athlete honors, including Hannah sitting right next to you. What can you tell me about the work this team puts in towards academics?
These girls know that they are student athletes. They are students first and athletes second. And we put a high emphasis on their grades here. I have weekly discussions, making sure that they're getting their work done, going to class, doing those things. And we actually have a higher GPA standard that my girls need to pass to be eligible for the following season. And they just know that that's first and foremost.
All right, would you like to make any closing remarks?
I am super excited. I know that's kind of a generic answer for any new coach, but we've only had 2 weeks of practices because of COVID, everything getting pushed back. But these girls grind from the minute we start practice until the minute we take the nets down. And then extra time they're grinding when they're stretching. They're fighting, they are clawing. They know what it's like to go to the national tournament and they want to get back there. And this is the farthest along with any team I've ever coached. This short into the season, the future is bright with these young ladies.
Okay, well that will wrap up our MACU Volleyball preseason press conference. The Evangels will officially kick off the season this Saturday as the Evangels will be hosting a tri-match at the Gawkey Activity Center. The Evangels will open the meet with a match against Oklahoma Wesleyan at 11 a.m. And following the USAO Wesleyan match at 1, MACU will return to the court at 3 p.m. to take on the Drovers. For our local Oklahoma City fans, we want to let all of you know that there will be admission for fans to games, so please come out and watch the Evangels play. You can visit our website at macuathletics.com and see the Inside Athletics section for any precautions you might need to take coming into to watch the match. There will also be a live stream and live stats of all 3 matches for those who cannot attend. So, again, Coach McCamey, Hannah, Megan, thank you very much for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.